There's a number of reasons that biologists do it. We're doing it to get information on reproduction in the population. How many cubs are born each year? How early do the sows breed? How many of the cubs survive? How many of the sows survive? All those things drive population growth.
For hunters, we are the largest conservationists in America. The money we spend purchasing firearms and ammunition goes back to conservation.
Well, Pittman Robertson funds are one part of what we call the American system of conservation funding, which is a user-pays public benefit system whereby sportsmen and women through industry, through purchasing firearms, ammunition, and a wide range of other sporting goods, generate conservation funding for state fish and wildlife agencies. And overall, across the nation, over 60% of all conservation funding for the state fish and wildlife agencies is generated through this system by sportsmen and women.
So the success of this program, we like to believe it's a legacy or a heritage success story. It's conserved wildlife in America for decades, for the future. And it's not just an agency, state agency, federal agency story or an industry story, it's a partnership story. And that's the real heritage from our past and really sets the tone for conservation in the future. This is a really important program.
And it's that information we're using to make our decisions as to whether or not we can increase our hunting season, whether we need to decrease our hunting season, what have you, for different species. And so without that funding, without the ability to do this research, we don't have the information to make the good decisions that we need to. You know, the research wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for that excise tax and the funding that it has for the collars, for our staff time, for the drugs we use. All those things are paid for through federal aid funding. So thank you guys. And thank the sportsmen and gun owners for really funding all this conservation work.